Well known for their sense of humour and catchy tunes, they burst into the music scene in 2007 with their first album going straight to #1. It gives me great pleasure to welcome to you today the one and only Owen from the Hoosiers. Owen, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. I feel like I'm going to be something of an ironic letdown now when I'm just really morose.
Absolutely not. You know, I've just noticed that your shirt actually matches the couch that was sat on here.
It kind of matches in sort of a hideous way. Yeah. Well, I got the email.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing left to chance here.
Now, I hear that you guys have dress-up Wednesdays and competitions to grow the longest moustaches. Is there ever a day when you guys don't have fun?
Mainly sort of Monday to Sunday, we find. And you know, that's generally a great time not to have fun. And occasionally we'll find, you know, a new day maybe in the week that we'll just invent. Where am I going with that? No, we honestly, we kind of did that around the first album when we were recording it in a way to alleviate the boredom of attempting to play instruments.
Okay.
And it happened to be the one day as well when the boss of the record label came down just to see how we were getting on, and we were all dressed as luminous skeletons playing hacky sack in a car park.
Hacky sack? Oh my god, I haven't played that in years.
Yeah, really? Well, it's never too late again. Bust it out. Come on.
Do you have nicknames for each other?
No. Oh, well, actually, Martin calls Al Snooky Lumps.
Snooky Lumps?
No, not really. But I mean, it's not like, I like the idea as if we're sort of been going out now.
Yeah.
Well, we are officially going steady, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, the man love is still strong with us. I mean, Martin, he's like a fluffy Swede, so I guess I could call him Thor. Or something like that. Maybe that's not very fluffy though. No, we'll work on it. Have you got any suggestions?
No. You know, I never had a nickname when I was growing up either.
Joking?
So, no, never.
Really?
I feel deprived. I feel like my childhood is deprived.
Yeah. Well,
now we're here obviously.
I'll try and work on one. Sorry.
We're here obviously to talk about your new album, which is out now, called A Bumpy Ride.
That's right. Yeah.
And it seems a little bit more electro than your previous albums. Tell me why you're moving in a new direction.
Well, I think pop is like a wave, and it never sits still. You know, it's just rippling right on out there, and you know, in order to catch that wave, yes, that worked quite well. Then you've got to catch up and adapt, I suppose. And so we're paddling in more electronic waters. For those at home, don't ever get those two together though. No. Electricity and water, just bad combination. Really.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Now, in your video, you travel across America in a camper van.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Meeting all sorts of strange people. Yeah. What was the strangest thing that happened to you whilst you were doing that?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe travelling through Roswell was kind of one of the weirdest ones, and we performed like we'd grab passers-by and asked to do like kind of play with them really, and there was a busker, and we sort of started performing together this song Bumpy Ride, and he made it into some of the footage actually. Really nice guy, and was a homeless guy who somehow has the internet. We found
homeless guy with the internet.
Yeah,
okay.
Started letting slip out his, you know, he orders like a couple of keyboards he's got as well and stuff, and so you know that was kind of weird. And it's in Roswell, so maybe he was an alien. Seems like to be the.
You did try and resuscitate an alien in your film, didn't you?
And failed, but that won't stop me trying again.
Now, Worried About Ray was a huge hit, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was about your worries and pressures, about people's expectations of you to create bigger and better songs. Is that right?
That's actually much better than the real meaning, but I like that. Do you mind if I use that?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
That's really good.
A bumpy ride, is that a reflection of where you guys are now? Have you been having a bumpy ride?
Oh, good. See what you've done there, and I like it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. No, but it was actually written before we had a bumpy ride, so I guess it was just a bit of a portentous omen, because it's come back, I guess, that way, to be totally honest, and now I can definitely look back and go, yeah, you know, now it has definitely been a bit of a bumpy ride for us. Yeah. But I don't really think it's that easy for anyone. You know, in the industry these days, just they are uncertain waters, and we're back in the water.
Yeah, you're back and come track again. Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously festival season. We've had the infamous Glastonbury Mud Bath.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But we haven't seen you for a while. Are you planning on going on tour to promote your album?
Yeah, well, we've actually just finished a very small covert tour, which you know, those are like a best kept secret of a tour, I suppose, and that was just when was it? May, I guess. But we're playing a lot of smaller festivals
Okay.
at the moment.
In and around London, or are you
actually, yeah, we're playing one at the O2 at the weekend, which is a very eclectic lineup. It's N-Dubs, Tinchy Strider,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah,
us and the
attention.
Guillemots, and so that'd be an interesting
Oh, that'd
one.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you prefer playing at big venues like Glastonbury, or do you prefer more intimate gigs?
I think any band that would say they wouldn't love to be able to play the big gigs and then do the small, would be lying. But
Yeah.
it's, I guess you really, each one's kind of different, I suppose. And when it's smaller, sometimes I get the fear a bit more.
Do you?
I think so. Yeah. If I was playing now in front of one person, I think I'd almost be more nervous than if or certainly as nervous than if there's 50.
Yeah.
Because you're really seeing their reaction. And
Yeah.
I know it's something even Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys said, is your eyes are always drawn to the one person yawning.
Oh no.
Yeah, but and
It's
that's
pressure.
well, yeah, and even if you would manage to avoid him, chances are it will start a chain reaction,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
maybe
well-
the person next to him will go as well. So you got.
But you played in Glastonbury in 2008, didn't you? What
yeah,
was
we
that
did,
like?
yeah.
Was that the first time playing in Glastonbury?
Playing at Glastonbury? Yeah. Yeah, that was
Wow.
it. So that was felt like a great moment to tick off.
Yeah. Were all the crowd singing your songs?
Well, yeah, but with a festival crowd, I always think it's you've got to win them over
Yeah.
a bit as well, because there's no givens. So sometimes people will go and watch you just to kind of see if you can confirm their fears even. But that's a pretty sad thing to do,
Yeah.
personally. But thankfully, I think you've got a small amount of time to try and win over an audience, and there's
Yeah.
people just walking between stages that
Yeah,
you're
that's true.
kind of feel like a used car salesman
Oh,
or
no.
something, trying to call people in, like, no, listen to us.
We're good. We're really
Yeah,
good.
but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's fair to say that you do have a lot of fans, including your Hoosierettes.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what does it take to become a Hoosierette? No, in fact, more to the point, how do I become a Hoosierette?
Wow, believe me, with these cameras rolling, I
Yeah,
don't
with
think I
the
could tell
pressure,
you.
pressure.
You don't want to know what they're at to do.
Oh no.
It's like a gang initiation. No, really, it's very simple. We just shave your eyebrows, put you in a potato sack, and beat you unconscious.
Okay, I could do that, maybe.
You're in.
Okay, moving along. Now, I know you and Alan spent time in America
We did.
when the Hoosiers were formed.
Makes it sound like we were doing like time
Yeah,
in
time,
America.
yeah. But how did you meet Martin? I mean, did you do like an X Factor audition or?
Lonely Hearts columns.
Lonely Hearts
Yeah,
columns.
seeking GSOH, long walks by the pier, that sort of thing. Seeking medium height, medium build, medium Swede. Here's your Johnny Average. Al's exceptionally tall, I'm exceptionally short. We needed that lukewarm water, if you will. Yeah. Okay, the truth.
Seriously.
Okay,
To the point.
Why don't you bring me back down to earth there? We had another guy in the band that we met through, and actually it wasn't far off, an ad in the NME, just looking for another player.
Yeah.
And he happened to know Martin.
Oh, okay.
And we turn up, and Martin was a guitarist, and he just was so desperate to join the band, he learnt the bass guitar.
Okay.
Mm.
He learnt the bass guitar. I hadn't played it before.
To be honest, I mean, it's easy.
Okay.
Bass guitar, it's barely
Pluck
even
a few strings, it'll be fine.
barely an instrument. I don't think it even qualifies,
Yeah, okay. Bless him. Where did the name The Hoosiers come from? Your fans are going to scream at me for this, but...
No, they love hearing this one. We were called the Hoosiers mainly because Al and myself, we ended up with a soccer scholarship in America, which was...
Did you?
Yes.
Are you a big soccer fan?
Well, I mean, I really like playing it. I mean, I'm a fair weather supporter, to be fair. But although it was... I think we were good at the time, but the fact that I had terrible asthma and Al had shin splints, which effectively made us allergic to exercise, meant we ended up coming back to England a lot quicker.
Okay.
But we stayed in Indiana, which is called the Hoosier State, so we stole the name.
The Hoosiers. Did you have any other names that you thought of at all?
We did actually. Well, we went through a bit of a tongue-in-cheek phase, and when we were out in America, we recorded one a small EP under the pseudonym of the Crafty Butchers.
The Crafty Butchers. Actually, I kind of like that.
There's a ring to it, but that's a good ring, But,
Crafty Butchers.
So you think we ended up with Hoosiers. I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
Jigalicious and Templeton Peck as well.
Templeton Peck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that could have been quite... Bit of a tongue twister, that one.
A little bit. Although there's a band at the moment with the same name.
Is there?
Yeah, spelled a bit different, because it was Face from the A-Team. That's his character name.
I see. Now, you have created the
A
longest
monster.
ever single, lasting a mammoth 45 minutes long. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, It was, I think Martin. It came to him in a dream. That sort of idea, and we. I'll be honest. I haven't even listened to all of it, which I feel kind of bad. But we decided to make it a bit more of a collaboration as well, and we enlisted the help of lots of people online. That's where everything happens these days, of course.
Yeah, and they sent in lyrics.
That's
is that right?
Yeah,
that's such a good idea.
Yeah, I think we should do that really with the next album.
Yeah,
it'd be quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Don't
better.
do any work.
No.
Great.
No, absolutely. I'm taking the rest of the year off.
Was it a PR stunt?
Yeah.
Was it shameless?
It's absolutely
Shameless.
shameless. You've seen right to the core of me.
Is it entered into the Guinness Book of Records by any chance?
Do you know, for some reason, I can't remember why, they wouldn't have it.
No!
Guinness Book didn't.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is still, I mean, Guinness or not,
it is the longest
single.
So they should
out
enter
there.
it. Oh, I think we should start a petition.
I like your style,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. Now you've had huge hits, Goodbye Mr. A, Worried About Ray, and your videos are known to be very fun and quirky. Do you think that videos should be representative of the lyrics or just a bit of fun?
Ooh, good question. Do you know, when it came to make our first video for Worried About Ray, it was something we were really keen on, about the whole meaning of the song being about the fear of the future, and that, you know, how that's going to eventually get everything you love. To be honest with you, the ideas we were coming up with ended up being quite macabre, and it just wasn't fitting. And in the end, meeting with some other directors, the idea we went for was a couple of guys called the Diamond Dogs, who we work with quite a lot, and they really got us, and they added like a whole fun element to the side. And it was when they said you get to pierce a cyclops through the eye with a drumstick, I was like, I've ticked that one off.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I think kind of don't let the truth stand in the way of a good video.
Yeah. Okay, in your videos you have got, I've noticed, a lot of reference to movies.
Yeah.
You've got your superheroes, you've got sci-fi, and I think even a reference to Godzilla at one point.
Yeah. Good spot.
As you do. If a director phoned you up now and asked you to act in any Hollywood film, any character, who would it be?
Oh, wow. That any character, anyone. That's a good question. Oh, right, how to do this one justice? You caught me off guard here. This is good. I would be. Quite like the idea of playing Kurt Russell's character in Big Trouble in Little China again. Which is always one of my favourite ever films. That's not a definitive answer, but it's the best I could think of under the circumstances.
You see, I thought you'd go with Donkey from Shrek.
Really? Which end?
Yeah. Well, both.
Okay, well,
Yeah, you're always bouncing around and having fun. And spending time in America, I can imagine you like some waffles.
Well, actually, I'm a big pancake fan, to be honest. That's what I love. I don't know if I can even mention it, but the Diner. Most exceptional pancakes, and I'm hoping if I keep saying the Diner, maybe I'll get some free ones.
Sponsorship.
Come on, guys, pick me up. Yeah, but actually, given that, maybe in fact with the film one, maybe I'd rather do something totally different. You know, like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho or something like that.
Psycho.
Something a bit different.
Absolutely.
See another side of it. You know, everyone sees the laughing, smiling side, but not the bit that, you know, wants to carve a dog up. Good luck using that. Yeah, that's not going to make the edit, is it?
No. Well, on that note, Owen, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Exactly. Wow, it wasn't over, was it?
No,
You had loads of questions.
no, honestly.
I really
I'm
just
off now.
scared
I'm
you
off
with
now.
that. Okay, well, I'll play the donkey. I'll do it.
Okay, good. Just say waffles.
Pancakes. Can't do it, see? The Diner. No, sorry, pancakes. I mean waffles.
Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Do you have any final words for your fans?
I think I've said enough to them and to you. But thanks very much for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers.